My next little project that I've been working on for a little while um, is these reflective strips. I took these off of an old workwear shirt, um, or two shirts I had that I no longer needed. They were old, so I kept the reflective strips off of them. These have been glued together so that it's always reflective, um, no matter which side you look at. Now, the reason I've done this is to not get lost in the woods at night. I have been lost in the woods many, many times. It's so easily done. You turn around a few times and you've totally lost your bearings. If you can't see the moon or the stars, even worse, which often is the case in the woods. Um, so this is a navigational aid that I've got. I've got, I think I've got about 12 of these in total, but this is just a few of them. Um, we will then, as we leave camp, you'll tie one of these around a branch saying, "This is camp." So it doesn't matter where on the branch or anything because you know you're at camp. You'll walk about 50 paces or so, roughly, depending on visibility. Look back, make sure you can still see this one. Then, in a fairly open area, on a branch, or anything else that you can, tie another one. Walk another 50 paces or so. You can go quite a long way. These things will reflect back at you from a huge distance with a really good headlamp. So there's no issues there. 80, 100 paces. How good are your eyes? Anyway, I tend to stick to 60, 50, 60 paces. Look around, make sure it's nice and visible, the last one. And then this one I will tie on a branch. This is the method that I use. I tie it on a branch that is pointing roughly towards camp or the last reflective strip. So if there's a tree and there's a branch here and my camp is over here, then I want to tie it on that branch pointing to the camp or the last one of these, which will then point me to camp, depending on the branch. If there isn't a branch as such, you can use the knot to show you which direction you need to head, kind of thing. If I come across paths, visibility is not needed so much. You can follow the path so long as it remains a good path with visibility with your headlight. Um, then you don't need to space them so equally. But I do have a method for that also. On the way out of the woods and going onto the path, I place a reflector strip on the side, showing me roughly where the last reflective strip was. And then as I walk along a path, every now and again, as long as the path is clear, I will put one of these on the right hand side of the path. Then if I exit the path, I will point one to which way I'm then going to exit the path. And then another one further into the woods, so on, so on. Always checking that you've got line of sight with them as you go. On the way back, all of the ones tied to the trees should point you to the right direction you need to travel, and also that will get you to the path, in which case they will all be on the left hand side because you put them all on the right on the way out. Then you know you're heading the right direction along a path, and hence you don't need to put so many of them. You can number them to make sure that you don't miss any, but I found this has actually stopped me getting lost several times already, in a more basic form than this, but using reflective strips basically. I'm trying to improve my idea by making them double-sided. I'm sure you can get something similar to this on eBay, but on the cheap, get an old work jumper jacket shirt with reflective strips and take them off. So I will give you a demonstration of just how good these things are at night when it actually becomes night. So until then, I guess there's going to be a little break, interlude. Maybe you could have some orchestral music, or maybe just pause it. Additionally, you can also take a compass and make notes of the bearings of these strips. So as you head out, take a bearing of what angle you took, follow that bearing on the compass to the next one of these, and then you can space them out even further. But obviously the further you go with them, the more the risk. So I tend to take a pocket full of these, a pocket especially for them, and that way there's no chance of getting lost, which is a horrible feeling at the best of times. I always like a challenge, but at night when the headlamp is starting to run out and it's very, very dark in the woods, it can be a bit nerving, exciting, but nerving. Also, I might tie something else onto the top of this so that I can then attach this to the tree in a different way. Not sure about that yet. So that I've got more visibility. Additionally, I'm going to actually use this material because in the woods, like I say, it's just such a big issue, the darkness. And I have things of value that I don't want to lose, things that are important. For example, the SAK, Swiss Army knife. The plan is to put a strip of this stuff along here and along here, and then there's a good chance I'll be able to spot that at night because I don't want to lose it. You lose a lot of things in the woods, especially when you're running around and stuff. It's okay if you're organised with a nice kit bag full of all the bits and pieces that you require, but I just tend to use my pockets, so I lose a lot. So I'm trying to avoid this by having some of this. About a week ago or so, I actually lost my keys in this wood. It took the best part of 1 hour to find them. I think had I have put this little thing here on, it would have took a lot less to find them at night. I can literally just put the old headlamp on and this will shine out like a beacon. It's double-sided and in the shape of a heart, by the way. Just a little touch. I think I'm a little touched, to be honest. But yeah, it's a way that I can find my keys in the dark. The same with the SAK. They will glow like they're on. They've got lights attached to them. Other things you can stick it to, cameras. I've got a plan coming up for SD cards. They seem to be an easy thing to lose. I've certainly lost a few. But yeah, reflective strips. And I know that you can get sticky back versions of this on eBay, and lots of different versions of this on eBay. Something that might work a little bit more neater on this knife. Otherwise, it's going to be an erudite job, very tough resin, just to make sure it stays on there. I wouldn't trust hot glue. But yeah, food for thought. A penny for your thoughts. Drop something in the comment. Shout out to Udo I hope I say that right. It's Uddoss. He is very interactive and also very entertaining and great ideas. So go subscribe. I think you won't regret it.